again, welcome back to 3 Minutes to Midnight. My name is Lori Alexander. I do not know what happened right there, Robbie. We were just on the air 1 minute, off the air the next. Not too sure what's going on, but we're going to try this again, guys. Our apologies. I have no idea what just happened. Again, we're going to be talking about the video that came out. It came out on the 11th, I believe, and it was about this sacrifice that was taking place at CERN. Mock sacrifice, real sacrifice, we don't know. But we're going to go back to the original video, play it for you guys. Hopefully we get everybody back into the chat room and to viewing it. Looks like they're coming down in now. Like I said, guys, I don't know what happened. We were on the air 1 second, we were off the air the next. I really don't know what's going on. I've been really having some issues lately with YouTube. I'm not the only channel that's having them. I've talked with other channels; they're having the same issues. So it's not a me issue. It's not me. It's them. Anyways, okay. So. So for those of you that are coming back in, I see everybody's, we're just going to give them a couple minutes to come back in. So we've got Robbie D with us, and also Factions of Freedom, EJ is going to be joining us for here shortly, hopefully. He's the one that sent me the information earlier today. Posted it up on Factions of Freedom, posted it up on his Exposing Satanic World Government for us. Sent me a message earlier. So I want to give him the opportunity to talk with us, seeing this is the story that he kind of broke on our pages. So, but anyways, okay. So everybody will be moseying on back in. We're almost there. We had just a few more, and when we went down again, I want to apologize. Don't really know what happened, but we're going to get to the story. So, anyways, what we're talking about today is it appears that the person that filmed the quote-unquote whatever you want to call it, mock, real, whatever sacrifice at CERN has been found dead. So we're going to go back to the original story that Ron Johnson put out for us, and we're going to share that video with you to refresh your memory on the event that we're talking about that took place on, I believe, the 10th of August. So here's that video. We're going to play that, and then we're going to take the story from there. Hopefully, within the meantime, EJ can join us, and he can tell us what he found out. But here's that video. Let's take a look at it.
This video is so unbelievable, so stranger than fiction, that many of us are wondering if this video is authentic. Here's what we know so far. The video first appeared a few hours ago, not on a conspiracy website, but on a pagan tribute page on Facebook, and it was in Arabic as well. And it was a tribute to the pagan statue of destruction, as you saw in the footage. The scene is set in the courtyard between buildings 39 and 40 at CERN. Remember, CERN is a nuclear research facility. It has restricted access and has security gates to enter the compound, as we can see in this street view footage. Building 39 is a hotel for CERN scientists. The booking page says not open to the public. And Building 40 is an office building for different branches of the CERN scientific divisions. The footage itself is recorded from the 3rd floor of Building 40. We can confirm this at the end of the footage, where we see what looks like the main array of CERN. This, of course, is but a picture on a wall, as we can see in this image of the inside of Building 40, courtesy of CERN's website. So the location is within the restricted boundaries of the CERN nuclear research facility. As for the context of the video, the person taking this footage makes us believe that he just stumbled upon the scene saying, "What the F is this?" However, if we pay attention to the reflection in the window, we can see that the person recording is wearing the same occult cloak-like attire, just like the other people we see in the scene below. This inevitably tells us that he's in on the scheme. So the question here is this a mock sacrifice like at Bohemian Grove, or is this authentic footage of a human sacrifice? We've zoomed in on the scene to isolate the main event, and here's what we can say for sure. We definitely see a knife shimmering in the light. As for the blow itself, well, it's difficult to say. It does look like he stabs the woman in the abdomen, and it looks like there's blood on the knife when it's removed from the victim. However, we can't say for sure as the resolution at this magnification is a bit grainy. Obviously, this footage is so unbelievable that most of us would say that this was staged, that they performed a mock sacrifice within the restricted boundaries of the CERN nuclear facility. On the other hand, this is a nuclear research facility that has suspected links to the occult. And while most people would like to deny this fact, you just have to look at your 6 o'clock news to know whatever this is at CERN, it's definitely wrong. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
Okay. I want to thank Ron Johnson from Stranger Than Fiction News. As always, he has given us permission to use all of his videos on our shows. So, Robbie, we covered this, and we pretty much came to the conclusion that it was probably most likely mock, right?
Yeah, it wasn't probably. Well, yeah, you're right, but I've come to the conclusion that it was a mock sacrifice for a reason. That it was quite possibly covering something up that has happened or is about to happen. That was probably more serious, you know, because we know that these people do this stuff in their basement, undercover, in the woods, in Bohemian Grove, under lock and key, whatever, out of sight of the public. Yeah. So the reason that they've probably done this is to poo-poo the whole thing, to say, oh well, you know, we do the mock sacrifices, but it ain't nothing, and if you ain't see anything in the future, I think it's a cover for the fact, because one thing that we always said is that once a new world order's in place, yeah, everything that they do in secret, they will do in the open, because there'll be nobody to stop them, right? So that's how I feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I want to welcome to the panel Factions of Freedom, EJ. Hey, EJ, what's up?
EJ, take it off mute. He must have gone for coffee.
EJ!
EJ, put the cheeseburger down, man, and come in the room.
It was a taco. It was a taco this time. Salutations,
EJ,
guys.
where have you been?
Oh,
I know. You've had a lot on your plate. I do know that, my friend.
That's the short and that's the skinny. I've definitely been busy on this end.
Absolutely. So, like I said, I want everybody welcome to the show. EJ Clinton. EJ's from Factions of Freedom. You can check him out on YouTube, on Facebook. He's also a contributor editor for Exposing Satanic World Government. And I woke up this morning, and he's also one of my co-hosts here when he has the time. But
I know I need to work on that a lot better.
I know. So what happened? I woke up this morning to a message from you stating that a person was found dead that filmed this. I do want to point out on the screen, after the story was broke, it says a top European lab, CERN did probe this human sacrifice video, correct?
Yes. That's what I had been tracking it for a second. You know, they'd said how it was a fake story or a mock sacrifice. And, I really wasn't paying that much attention to it because, I think Ron Johnson did a fantastic job of breaking it down. People that have access to it, to this high security facility, they're not just going to let this happen. This was obviously orchestrated.
Right, and we did through some more research. We found that it was taken by Building 30. Building 30 is known as the hostel. It's the hotel. So the person actually taking the video, you know, I did mention, and I was my concern in the first video that we did on this, that the person taking the video would have had to have access to the building because of the security. But on later investigation, found out that it's the hostel, which is the AKA, also known as the hotel, where college students come and they live on campus there. They live at CERN and they learn and they take science classes. So that is where this video was taken from, was from the hostel.
So this could be someone, this could just be some tourist or even someone, an occultist or somebody that just infiltrated the actual facility to conduct this ritual, whether or not we know it's real or mock. It still occurred.
Right, right. Okay. Up on the screen, I have the article, and it says, Top European Lab CERN probes fake human sacrifice video. It says, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, has launched an investigation into a video filmed at night on its Geneva campus depicting a mock ritual human sacrifice, a spokesman said Wednesday. That was August 17th. The bizarre video, which has circulated online for days, shows several individuals in black cloaks gathering in a main square at Europe's top physics lab, in which appears to be a reenactment of an occult ceremony. The video includes a staged, quote-unquote, stabbing of a woman. These scenes were filmed on... Now, they do say this. They're admitting it. They say these scenes were filmed on our premises, but without official permission or knowledge, a CERN spokesman told AFP in an email. CERN does not condone this type of spoof, which can give rise to misunderstandings about the scientific nature of our work, she added. Now, there was a Freudian slip.
That was a high key there.
That was a Freudian slip. The investigation underway was an internal matter, she said. The video was raised questions about security on CERN's campus. Asked to detail the security procedures surrounding access to the campus, the CERN spokesman said, quote, CERN IDs are checked systematically at each entry to the CERN site, whether it's day or night. She further indicated that those responsible for the prank had access badges, so they were allowed to be on campus. And it says CERN welcomes every year thousands of scientific users from all over the world, and sometimes some of them let their humor go too far. This is what happened on this occasion. The spokesman was not available to comment the possible identity of these responsible. Geneva police told AFP that they have been in contact with CERN about the video, but were not involved in the official investigation. Okay, two things bother me about this statement. First, that they're thinking that this is just humor gone too far. Okay, that's kind of okay. But second of all, that the Geneva police are aware of it, but they're not involved in the official investigation. Well, you know what, to me, guys, it sounds like, well, you know, we investigated ourselves and we found ourselves not guilty.
You see, it's just like with a multi-million-dollar facility like CERN, they're just going to let these kind of people conduct these kind of, even if it is a prank, you see, like, they're going to let these kind of people openly operate in a multi-million-dollar facility without any kind of, you know, impunity. That's what we need to look at. And the fact that they're looking at it so casual, so passé, instead of like, this is a serious security matter outside of, you know, physical security. This is spiritual security. There's all kinds of different things that come into play when you look at it. It's go ahead.
No, I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
And I'm just looking at it as like another event, another thing that we need to pay attention to. The same way we paid attention to the Gotha Tunnel ritual, you know, Mayday happening, the establishment of the Syrian Arch gateways. You know, this is not something that happens on occasion, especially this year in 2016. I mean, we've systematically had rituals go on throughout this year. They're not just going to say, oh, here's a mock sacrifice, guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but I put up an article from Freedom Outpost, I think, 3 days ago, and apparently in Alaska there was a satanic declaration Someone pretty much said, "May Satan, may Satan bless America."
Yep.
And
Right.
it's
This
like,
was right.
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that we have seen in the last couple of weeks. We saw the where was it? Pensacola, Florida, just had. I mean, they allowed these Satanists to come into their city hall meetings and give the invocation there. We just saw it again up in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
At the other night we just saw the Black Mass take place in Oklahoma City. We covered that. Now this there's definitely and of course the tunnel opening. So I mean here is 5 distinct instances where Satan has been invoked upon this planet openly in front of the masses.
It was on 6/6/16 too. That those group of Satanists, I think in either San Francisco or someplace in Southern California, where they all gathered together like in a small city, pretty much formed a circle around the whole city and then conducted a citywide ritual. I mean, this is it's just crazy whenever you start thinking about the different types of ways that, like Robbie D said, that they're externalizing the hierarchy, that they're just coming out of the shadow.
Yeah.
Right.
Not forgetting the Temple of Baal recreations. I mean, whatever happened with that? Did they, did anybody report on that after the fact?
I did.
Because I did go quiet.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, I know they had didn't they establish? They said they were going to build them on Queen Elizabeth's birthday, and that was the same day that Prince had died.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right.
And then as far as a follow-up, I'm not sure if they actually did. I think they might have gotten, because it was in London and in New York that they were going to build them up.
They cancelled the one in New York, but I remember them building the one up in London.
They canceled the one in New York, but you know what? They really didn't need to build one in New York because there already was one in Washington Square. I don't know if anybody realizes that, but they really didn't need to build another one. They already have one in Washington Square. So, but I mean, we're seeing a total influx of these satanic influences like we've never seen before. I mean, we've got 5 in the last month. I mean, seriously, 5 in the last 6-8 weeks. I mean, this is and it's blatant. It's right in our faces. EJ, I'm going to take you off the screen for just a moment. I want to put on the breaking story we have right now.
Are we breaking
which
news?
Is what you broke this morning for us. Well, actually, you didn't break it. Another YouTuber apparently broke this story. Richie from Boston.
Yeah.
So why don't you let me get that up on the screen. Why don't you talk to us about this new information?
All right. As always, I was checking the news feed and in the morning, always trying to look for the best alternative news and conscious media. And I went to your Newswire, which I actually found out was Russian-owned. But they put up a video. It's by Baxter Dimitri, and it says the source of the CERN sacrifice video was found dead. And the reason why I had sent this to you initially is because I had people hitting me up saying, "Hey, Freedom, AJ, does that mean Richie from Boston is dead? What does this mean from Richie from Boston? Oh my God, Richie from Boston." So I thought better just to talk to Lori directly. Like, Lori, had you heard anything of this?
I want to let everybody know Richie from Boston is okay. I just saw him sign on to a Skype account not 30 minutes ago. He's fine. Richie from Boston is not dead. We're talking about I believe we're talking about the person that filmed this from the window, correct?
Yes. Did you want me to actually go into the article?
Yeah. Why don't you? I have it up on the screen, but do you have it for you, or do you want to put it up on the screen?
I got it right here on the iPad. God knows
okay.
I cannot read the screen.
Okay, let me pull it up for you. Okay. Or actually, are you gonna put a screen share up? If not, I can.
You can. I'll just read from.
Okay.
I'll just read from this.
Okay, I gotcha.
The video was uploaded to YouTube by Richie from Boston, who wrote, quote, "This is new footage caught on the grounds of CERN, videotaped from inside the building. If it is real, that's horrible, and if it's a staged ritual, that's equally bad. But whether it's a mock ritual or not, it's still a ceremony being performed on the grounds of CERN." Speaking to the Mirror, he said, quote, "So it turns out the origin of the video posted for the sacrifice at CERN has been found. The problem is the man is dead. Now, hoax or no hoax, let me remind you all, we have seen this before, and we all know that the exposed this evil are killed or made to disappear." Richie from Boston refused to give any more information about himself or the source of the video for fear of his own life. Shit, I would not, I definitely do not doubt it. According to the video upload, the ritual human sacrifice took place on August 10th and was filmed in the main square of the CERN grounds, near the Large Hadron Collider, in front of a 6-foot-tall statue of the Hindu goddess Shiva. The video was filmed from the perspective of a secret viewer from a secret viewer watching from a window above the square, as you said, Building 30, and the ceremony reaches its climax. The secret viewer lets out a string of expletives and flees, leaving the camera still running. Quote, these scenes were filmed on our premises, but without official permission or knowledge, a spokeswoman told the agency France Press, adding that an internal investigation was underway. Asked to detail the security procedures surrounding access to the campus, the spokeswoman said, quote, IDs are checked systematically and at each entry to the site, whether it's night or day. A spokesman from CERN told mirror.co.uk, quote, the video is a work of fiction. CERN fills up with visitors over summer, with users from across the world who come to CERN as a part of their work, and some who occasionally let their sense of humor go too far. And that's what happened. Well, that's all it's letting me read.
Okay. It just goes on to say, okay, that is what happened on this occasion. CERN does not condone this kind of spoof. However, many people are refusing to believe it was a hoax, pointing out that CERN spokespeople have used this excuse before, and glimpses of chilling secret behavior at the laboratory continue to leak to the public. CERN hosts the world's largest particle collider, as well as the world's largest single machine. The scientists are carrying out some of the world's most elaborate particle research, including the enormously powerful proton smasher, trying to find previously undiscovered particles. Some theorists claim the way the particles are smashed opens new portals into the fourth dimension, while some others believe CERN is being used as a portal to allow Satan to return to Earth. Okay, so basically now we don't know anything other than that, right?
Nope, I haven't heard anything else surface other than that.
Wow.
I figured maybe Ron Johnson from Stranger Than Fiction News would know, or maybe Richie would see the article and say, well, this is crazy, or some kind of input on it. Because I mean, what it leads me to think is, clearly, if they're at least having official statements of where they're denying it, clearly somebody within that organization had to have said that this was okay to some degree. Somebody had to let those people in. This had to be sanctioned at some point. My thoughts are, whenever they're saying that the source of the video is dead, this is them trying to, again, control the narrative and basically say that this wasn't what it looks like. This wasn't what it clearly is.
Exactly. So I am going to. No, Richie from Boston. Let's get that straight. Richie from Boston is
not dead.
Not dead. Okay.
Reports of his assimilation have been greatly exaggerated.
Right. Reports of his demise have been greatly exaggerated. Yes, Richie from Boston, thankfully, is not dead. I did just see him go online on his Skype not 30 minutes ago, and I was not, according to that according to that article, Richie does not want to provide any information. So I did not send Richie an invite to come on because, I respect that. If he doesn't want to give any information, that's fine on him. Let me see if I can pull up something here.
I always love how people say it's, bad quality or something like this, like it's fake. And it's like, well, what would you consider real? Hollywood? Like, how do you
I know, right?
how do you want this served up to you? I mean, if you have proof from all kinds of different angles, like I said, the rituals and the occultic holidays and everything else that's going on, like, how much more proof do you need?
Right, exactly. How much more proof do you need?
Everyone's in Blair Witch mode because of what Hollywood have done with all the shoddy camera work to make all these movies. And so now they think that everything that comes out like that is fake because they've been indoctrinated into believing those certain things. So they wouldn't know real from fake if if they did add special effects to it, with a little explosion in the back.
Right.
It's just they're so quick to say Project Bluebeam too.
What is that fire on there?
All right. This was a church that was burned.
Wow.
I think it's a.
Where is this? Where is this picture?
This is actually off of my video I put out earlier today before I got running around running errands. But the massive fire engulfed South Africa's Jesus Dome mega church. And this is June 7th, so it's old, but it's part of I put it in my video, Satan's Siege on Society, where where I'm looking at this like how many different ways.
Wait a minute, back that up a little bit. Did you catch the name of the church?
The mega church or the Jesus Dome?
The Jesus Dome.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Interested indeed.
Well, it's like this church, a church in New York, and the Coptic Fire Church or the Coptic Church Fire as well. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody that was being sent over to do work at the Coptic Fire, like volunteer work, and it's just nuts the things that are going on.
It is. Like I said, we're seeing things that, even a couple of years ago we wouldn't even think about it. I remember in 2014 when the same guy wanted to do the Black Mass in Oklahoma City. There was such an outcry and there was such an uproar. Everybody was covering it. Not so much mainstream, but a lot of the alternative news media was covering it. Exposing satanic world government. We did a big write-up on it. We even circulated the petition to get it, to stop it. We broke the story on, him being the guy that was performing the ceremony is a convicted pedophile. Like I said, the other night before we went on and we did the story here, that gentleman actually came into our room. Our chat room, and I did put out there. I sent him a message. I filmed it on, put it up on the screenshot. I sent him a message offering him to call us and to call in to explain to us what he was doing. He wanted, I guess he wanted to be heard. He came in the chat room. I took screenshots of it, and went over to his YouTube channel, and I verified that it was him, definitely through his videos, definitely him. But yeah, he's a convicted and registered sex offender, and I'm not saying I'm not saying that makes you a bad person and all, but hey, anyways. But we are seeing an influx of such evil things going on, just in the past couple of months.
Had you seen this article about the Vatican paying close to $4 billion?
I did.
I thought that was ridiculous.
Not bad for something that they deny, right? Paying out $4 billion lawsuits for something that they deny is even happening.
I feel like if this is proof if you ever needed it. Since the 1950s, they paid a total of over $4 billion to child molestation lawsuits. Like, that's $4 billion to just hush people up, to stop them from talking about things that the Catholic Church, or the Roman Catholic Church, have been doing since the 50s. It's ridiculous. And then, like you said, it's all coming out now. I mean, it's 2016, the year of light. I mean, they're externalizing the hierarchy.
Right. 2016 is the year of Anno Lucius, the year of illumination from the designated by the UN. You know, so yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know what the year of Anno Lucius is, look it up. It's 5776 is the year of Anno Lucius. It's the year that we're in through the Hebrew calendar.
Have you guys had a lot of people asking you, like, what they think the actual ritual means, or what it could be, how that affects us, or blah blah blah, like the reality of it? I know so many people are quick to say it's fake.
The fact that it took place at the foot of the statue Shiva, I mean, you know, that puts right there the fact that it was a sacrifice to that Hindu Shiva, and we know that Shiva is the goddess of destruction, of creation and destruction. She slash he stands in the middle of the portal on the side of, you know, creation and destruction. You know, it's the god of both. So the fact that this was done at the foot of Shiva, I strongly believe it has some sort of symbolic, whether they want to say whether it was real or not, it still had on some spiritual level, it still had significance.
I forgot that Bohemian Grove had passed too.
Bohemian Grove is gone now. Thank goodness.
That went quite uneventful, really. I mean, there were so many other things that was distracting us away from Bohemian Grove.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right. We don't.
It was the same with the Bilderberg. You know what I mean? There were so many things they threw at us. Yeah, that, you know, we didn't really pay much attention. But Bohemian Grove just went gone. Right. Done and gone.
Right, and like somebody said in the chat room, let's not forget the Together Reset event that happened in Washington, D.C. on 7/16/16, which is, again, this, you know, the 777, you know, symbology. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on. And I want to also remind people that I believe it was last year, the Roman Catholic Church placed into circulation a large number of people that they trained to do
exorcisms.
Yes.
Yeah, I had heard about that, and then they were offering that that they were publicly offering classes, but they could only be authorized by previous exorcists who again are authorized by the Vatican Church. So basically, keeping the knowledge within a tight circle. Yeah, I actually have some of those exorcism documents. Because, well, who doesn't want to know that kind of information just to protect themselves?
We should do a show on that. That's some very interesting information.
Oh, I am so more than willing.
Oh,
so more than willing.
I'm the one that's always here. You're, on the other hand, are moving around and doing that. Just kidding with you, babe.
No, it's the truth. I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And that's not a satanic ritual joke or pun or anything. Like, I really am.
Right. Just want to let everybody know Richie from Boston is online right now at Skype. I do believe that's a sign that he is okay. So, yeah, he just logged back on. It just popped up on my screen down here. So, yeah.
Tell him we want proof of life. Send a photo of himself holding up a sign saying, "Hello, Laurie. How are you doing?"
Okay.
Just kidding.
Let me.
No, I was kidding.
No, I'll send him a message.
Yeah.
I'll send him a message. There he is.
Yeah, tell him to come into the hangout.
You know what? I think what's getting crazy, and I just kind of want to say this just for the record. And I know we talk about it a few times as well, but it's like whenever you start looking at this information and you really start understanding who these people are that are working around in the background, I mean, you really can't come to the conclusion that these are not like the acts of the devil. I mean,
right.
it truly is like a battle between like good and evil, because who else would want to be the adversary? Who else would want to be the enemy? And I understand, you know, there's the whole philosophical debate of, well, your evil could be someone's good and vice versa, and you know, change requires sacrifice, and I really do get that. Really, trust me, I understand growth, I understand change, I get all that. But
Right.
these are not. This is not that. These are definitely intentional seeds that they're planting
Yes.
to control us. I mean, the same way that we have this whole Muslim migration, or this whole refugee crisis, it's meant to destabilize us. They have to have different waves of I guess of the influence, different waves and generations of how they're cranking these things up. And right now we're seeing like a full court press. They're coming after
Well,
kids, they're coming after
right.
everybody.
Right, you said this migration. It's the classic implementation of the Masonic plots that they bragged about for so long that they were going to do, and yeah, we're seeing the fruits of it right now in all its glory, so to speak. Yeah.
And I agree. It's wild because you know what and this is what I keep telling people. All this is organized evil, organized chaos. This is their whole order ab chaos. The
Right.
only way we can combat this is by doing what it is we're doing now. Is starting a show, starting a network, calling them out on their lies, staying on top of them, not letting them get through with 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 what they're doing. I don't
Right.
want to die, so clearly
Exactly.
I'm going to do something about it.
And it seems to be that, like you said, the systematic planting of seeds. I mean, we've seen this. I mean, this goes along with the agenda. This goes back to, I mean, I talk about this all the time with you guys, back to the 50s when it's the attack on the family structure, the family unit, the morals
Hmm.
of society. Okay, and this goes right along with it. I got a lot of people commenting on my video where I exposed the Oklahoma City Black Mass, saying, well, they have this right. They have the right to do this. I understand they have the right to do this, but we have the right to put out information to show people, to show the world exactly what their agenda is. So
Hmm.
I just want to say Richie did answer me. And I want to urge everybody to please, 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 please pray for Richie's protection. I put a message out to him I just said making sure you're okay. And he sent me back a message. I'm not going to repeat what he said out of confidentiality, but I asked if he was okay, and he said no, and he gave me the reason why. I want to urge everybody to please pray for the protection of Richie from Boston. And I'm going to put everything out there right now. If anything happens to that man, let me tell you, there's going to be alternative news media on this story quicker than shit, okay? Nothing better happened to that man. Anything. Not a hair on that man's head better be ruffled up over this story. And I'm just putting that out there. He's one of us, and we take care of our own.
Amen.
Hallelujah to that.
Let it be known. I mean,
Yeah.
we're hitting the stages. You know, I have people asking me every day, like, Freedom, what is the next plan? Like, what is the next step? I want to take a stab at these globalists. I want to do something. You know, if they come at us, you know, and start taking more people like they did uh, with Pete Santilli, you know, it's gonna create another reaction to where we just refine our tactics even more. We're gonna
Right.
refine how we're coming at this attack because of what they're doing. So let them try to come for Richie. Watch what happens. That's all I have to say.
Right. There is a gentleman or woman or whatever in the chat room right now that says that they have the, hold on a second, they have the, oh shoot, hold on, I can't do it. I'm not going to say their name. It's TFC. If TFC, I'm going to give you a wrench, or temporary wrench in our chat room for you to post up the link to that story. You're a man. Okay, hon, thanks. I'm kidding. Okay, cool. And I have to go on my other account here. I have to do it from this computer because the other one can't give people wrenches. So let me give you a wrenchy real quick here. When you find that link, if you could put it in the chat room, and I will pull my other account here. Pull it up. Oh, do it from this computer. Shh, shh. Hate it when I do that.
Hey, that was your clue.
Okay, there you go. Set as moderator. Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Chaos. I appreciate that one. Okay, so, well, okay. I'm going to share this with you. This isn't really proof of anything. It's a CERN, or it's a channel on YouTube. Let's do this. And it says, CERN Beyond the Truth. It is a great sadness we announce the death of our dear friend Alan. Kind of interesting, guys, don't you think?
Just Alan.
Alan.
Just Alan.
Do they give us a last name or?
No, it just up on the screen it says, it is with great sadness that we announce the death of our dear friend Alan.
Huh. Is that, and this is, okay. So this is just this looks like some random profile that's incomplete. Is there any way to see if they've had any, comments, if they've been paying attention to any kind of discussion?
No,
or if they've liked any kind of videos lately?
No, it says no. This channel has no content, and they only have 65 subscribers. So I don't know. Take it as you guys would take it.
I'm gonna need more.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more to go on that.
Yeah, I need more information to go digging on besides Alan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know 3 different Allens, and I do not want to investigate them. You see, I don't know, I can understand why people would say it's fake, super secure CERN facility and things like that, but it's just like I said, whenever we started this whole episode, looking at the sequential order of different events and rituals that we've had even this year alone that have gotten publicity, for them to have one in August with everything else that's been going on in August,
right,
to have it at CERN, and then for us to have footage, even for it to be mock, that's
what I mean. Here's the thing, and whether it's mock or not, it still has some sort of hold on a spiritual level.
Yeah, and not forgetting all these celebrity deaths, the string of celebrity deaths that we had, that were all rituals as well. So we've had a continuation of rituals throughout the year, and then all of a sudden they seem to die down, and then they're just sporadic ones now. I mean, this last one was, it was a rarity as the months have gone by, but they are still happening.
Well, it's like we had Kimbo Slice, Muhammad Ali, Prince, who else?
Well, there was at least 70 or more. I mean, there's a whole list of them, and then there was the list. There's the projected list as well. They put a projected list of those who are projected to die on a certain year, which is a bit strange in itself.
And I did see that projected list, and there are a lot of people on there that are just just old. Okay. There's some of them on there, like Betty White. Betty White is like 90-some years old. Okay, I'm sorry, but I love Betty White, but she's older than dirt. To put out a prophecy that she's going to die in 2016, I mean, the odds of it are pretty good.
Yeah, valid. There is some truth to that. If she slips the wrong way.
Right, yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't wish any harm on Betty White. Anybody. Like I said, I'm talking with Richie from Boston right now on Skype. Not talking visually, but talking through messaging. And he just sent me something that I'm going to show you guys here, different things than what we have. But again, I urge you guys to please, please, please pray for this man because, you know, to me, as talking with Richie right now, to me it sounds like they're sending him some sort of a veiled threat. But it says chilling. Now here's chilling satanic human sacrifice video spooks scientists working at the biggest particle accelerator in CERN. Okay, so even the scientists there are a little bit spooked out over this. Oh, you can see that. I'm going to put that. I'm going to put that link up in the chat room for you guys. And there you go. Let's do that. Put that in there for you guys. Let's see what else he sent me here. He sent me a couple of them. Yeah, okay. He sent me the other article that I showed you guys. I'm just going to answer him back. I'm gonna actually offer Richie a chance to come on and talk to us. What do you guys think?
Do it.
Yeah, bring him on. Let's get the meat and potatoes of the old subjects.
That would be.
I'll play it.
That would be strange hearing from like all the other alternative media sources that, hey, did you know your name was in this article? Like that would be. That would frighten me. Or at least confirm a few things.
Absolutely.
I said, this is insane. I said, I'm live with Robbie and EJ just talking about this. You want to call on and assure people. You want to call on and assure people you are okay. The rumors of your death are greatly exaggerated. Let's see what he says. Maybe he'll give us a call here. Just 2 minutes of his time, you know, to just assure everybody you're okay, Richie. Just give him a couple seconds. He's right. He's typing right now. He says, I'm working, maybe later. Thank you. Tell them I'm not dead. Not yet. Oh. Well, understand that if anything happens to you, it will not be avenged. Okay, so we'll understand if anything happens to you, it will not be avenged. Or it will be avenged.
Yeah. Let me say.
You guys might have to excuse me for a second.
I said it will be avenged. I mean, sorry, multitasking here. Okay, so.
Tell him Robbie's got first dibs on your telly.
Right, so everybody listening, Richie from Boston, I can verify 1,000% that Richie from Boston is not dead. He's alive. He's not hurt. He's not. But you know, he is. XOXOXO. Okay, he says no problem. Thank you. XOXO, and I just sent him hugs and kisses back. Okay. Here's the thing: is Richie? You know, he said that he's been contacted by several news agencies, and because of the fact that he said that he didn't want to comment on it, now they're saying that, you know, he's in fear for his life or whatever. And he said that he said there's some weird things going on right now. I'm not going to get into that because, like I said, I don't want to jeopardize him in any way, shape, or form. But he says that, you know, now there's some weird things happening, and so he goes, it's kind of weird. So I'm sure Richie is about to have a lot of really weird things happen to him from now on. And so that's why I'm urging everybody to please place your prayers of protection around him. And you know, he's a really good guy. One of our circle here. We absolutely love Richie, and you know, we do not want to see him hurt in any way. And I'm putting it out there again. If one hair on that man's head gets ruffled up, there's going to be hell to pay. Just know that. So. Anyways, so guys, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you the same questions, I guess, EJ, as everybody's been asking you. What do you think is next? What do you think is coming?
Yeah, these days it's super hard to tell. I mean, I'm definitely going to pay attention to more, as I always do. More of these occult world types of things, more of these like signs from the dark side. I feel like there's a lot of happenings right now to where they're basically trying to set up their own foundation for what's going on in the world. I mean, they're trying to manipulate it. They're trying to have a hand in it because of religious freedom, right? Religious liberty.
Right.
As far as what's going to happen, I think we're going to start seeing more militant Satanists, more militant atheists, more militant people who just don't care.
Right.
Because what we're experiencing right now is, I mean, we've known the world is crazy for quite some time now, but it's just like the bastion of hope, that symbol of hope and decency that America was, that's all going out the window, and we're now going underneath like a godless, heathenistic, atheistic mindset to where everybody believes in nothing. They don't want it. Everything's immoral. Nothing matters, right? And this is the God that we get whenever we act this way. So what do I think we need to have happen? I think we should discover what it is exactly we want in the future, what we want to bring from this old world order into this new world order. Because if you want to just follow the trendy path of the iPhone and the devil, basically, the apple of Eden, if you want to go ahead and follow that, go ahead and do it. Because people like ourselves who are aware of the wiles of the devil, we know that's exactly what it is. And we have to be that last bastion of light, that last bastion of truth, right, to help people, because they don't know. They just think it's a Friday.
Exactly. Right. And you know what? And people are not going to get this kind of news on mainstream media at all. This is not something that you're going to find on your 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock, CNN, MSNBC, Fox. You're not going to find anything on mainstream media about these stories that we put out there for you guys, because they are part of the problem, not part of the solution.
Mm-hmm. I listen. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I listen to I listen to so many different alternative news places and look at so many different websites. Like, I listen to Alex Jones, I listen to Hagman and Hagman, I listen to Mysterious Universe, I listen to Coast to Coast, I listen to Caravan to Midnight, I listen to 3 Minutes to Midnight. I listen to Russ Dizdar, Sheila Zielinski, all kinds of different, Ted Broer, all kinds of different, Dave Hodges. Right. So many different perspectives.
Still trying to get Russ Dizdar on. We've got another Russ coming on, but it's not him. But yeah.
What about Steve Quayle?
I'm friends with Steve right now on Facebook, and building a relationship with him. So yeah.
He's so cool. I have such a nerd crush on Steve Quayle. It is too bad.
He's got a man crush on him. We're going to have not tomorrow, and Robbie doesn't even know this because Robbie knew what I was doing, that I was setting up an interview. Unfortunately, I cannot give the name of this man out, because there is, and I'm going to put it out there for everybody watching, if you have a YouTube channel that does shows like ours that has guests coming on, I'm going to warn you right now. There are people out there, I'm not sure who they are, but when you announce that you have a guest on your show, if they don't like you, they are contacting these guests and doing whatever they have to do to get them to cancel on you. It's happened twice to me now. I know another channel it's happened to them once. So unfortunately now I have to be careful on the on what kind of information I put out about upcoming shows. Wow. I will tell you that not tomorrow, but next Sunday, which is the 27th. No, wait. Wait a minute. The 28th of August at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, or sorry, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be interviewing, along with Robbie, and EJ, you are more than welcome to come along if you're not busy. An expert, CSI expert, and who has examined the Shroud of Turin.
Ooh. Okay. You got me.
Clear your calendar. It's not tomorrow. It's a week from tomorrow. I'm going to be calling this gentleman on Saturday to get all of our kinks out of our system, do our sound check. We're going to do it a day before, so we make sure that we're not like, he's volunteered to give us an hour of his time on Sunday. Like I said, he has examined the Shroud of Turin. He's done CSI examination on it, and he's going to talk to us about it. So, but yeah, just so anybody out there knows that has YouTube channels that have live guests, just be careful on your advertising beforehand, because if somebody doesn't like you, they're going to contact these people and they're going to cancel on you. Done it to me twice.
Freaking haters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's blown it for Oprah Winfrey coming on and explaining herself. Looking forward to that. Oh dear.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Okay.
There. Put it in my calendar.
Okay.
Done.
Excellent. So that's really good. So, like we're saying, we're just putting this information out there for you. Do research. Take what we've done today, take it one step further. Do your own research on this. Maybe you guys can come up with something, tangible on this guy. As of right now, we don't really know too much of anything. The reason why I wanted to put this out there, guys, and the reason why I wanted to do this live video is because I am friends with Richie from Boston, and I do want to make people aware that his life could possibly be in danger for this. And the more people that are behind him and the more visible that he is, the more or less of a chance that they'll come and do anything to him. I mean, it's, hopefully. That's the way I see it, if he was just some guy that wasn't getting any attention and people weren't aware of what he's putting out there, they wouldn't see him, oh, this guy's not going to be missed. Well, he will be. So.
This is definitely something that we should pay attention to as a alternative news community. The fact that Richie from Boston kind of got the same thing with Pete Santilli, the same way he kind of just got touched. This is definitely something we should pay attention to.
Yeah, well, we're not going to mention that name on the show for legal reasons. That's all.
Understandable.
That's all I'm going to say on that topic. For legal reasons, we're not going to mention that last name that not Richie, the other one. So, I want to thank you for bringing this to my attention today, EJ. I so greatly appreciate that. You have to definitely keep next week open, and hopefully we will see you next Sunday.
You'll
see me in between then too. I
hope so.
Yeah. Is that a threat or a promise?
That's a threat. I'll swim across that pond, Robbie.
More than welcome.
So, I just want to say that I have DJ Bookends with me today.
Hey, I feel pretty special hanging out with a legitimate DJ such as Robbie himself. I feel pretty cool.
Yeah, man. All good.
See, I'm telling you, Robbie, there's some work that we need to do, man. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm primed.
We're gonna have a rave for Christ, okay?
Oh God, I'm getting over a cold. Got me over here coughing up all kinds of stuff.
No, don't. I'm just eating. Besides,
Anyway.
I will be out of town this weekend though. If you guys want to come on to the show, I would love to, because I'm starting season 3. I would love to have you guys be the first episode for season 3.
Absolutely.
When are you doing it?
I want to shoot for Tuesday.
Okay, why don't you let me know? I'm going to be going to Houston with Dave this week, but it just so happens Tuesday is the day that we get the motel room, and
Yes.
I will be available. Exactly.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you, Robbie?
yeah, I'm up for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
All
So,
right.
Robbie, or let's start with EJ. EJ, where can we find you if we were looking for you?
I mostly operate on Instagram. You can follow me on my page there. That's my main thing. At Freedom Faction. That's at Freedom with an underscore, and then Faction, and then that's where I'm putting out articles and everything else. If you guys want to find me on YouTube, it's Factions of Freedom. The same thing applies for Facebook as well. And I would say go to the website, but the website's kind of under construction right now.
Yeah, I noticed that. I did notice
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. The website is looking a little bit janky at the moment.
A little, yeah. We're yeah. I'm gonna put the links in the description below where you can find EJ. And Robbie, where can we find you?
Yeah, well, you can always find me at Illuminati Soldiers of Truth, Illuminati Soldiers. You can find us at the Resurrection of the Walking Dead. You can find us at Tupac the Don Illuminati page, and also you can find me in Exposing Satanic World Government. And you can always find me here.
Right here, exactly.
Right here.
I want to thank you both for joining me, and I want to thank Richie from Boston for answering our questions here. You know, he's like I said, he's a great guy. If you haven't checked him out on YouTube, I suggest you go over to subscribe to his channel. It's Richie from Boston. Again, I will put his link to his YouTube page in the description below, along with all of the links and all of the video links that we used in our show today. I want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat room, and most of all, I really want to remind everybody to pray for Richie and for everybody involved in this. As you know, like we said, whether this is real, whether this is not real, whether this is staged, whether it's a hoax, it still has some sort of importance on a spiritual level. And we are not fighting, you know, a physical battle. We are fighting right now a spiritual battle. So until next time, I want to remind you all to stay strong, stay vigilant, and speak the truth even if your voice shakes. Until next time, bye-bye.
Later, team.